Hi guys, welcome to day 9 of the 30-day online Excel training. So yesterday we started the mathematics functions and we spoke about different functions, rounding off, ceiling, floor and co. Now today we would complete what we started yesterday, so I'll be looking at the remaining 8 functions, the mod function, round between, and I'll be speaking to each one of them as we start. So we're going to start with the mod function. Basically what it does, it returns the remainder of a division. Basically, if you divide, say 8 divided by 5, what you have is 1, remainder 3. So it's going to give you the remainder, which is 3. So if I put it here and I do mod 8 comma 5, which is the divisor, okay, can you see I get 3 as the answer. That's basically what the mod function does for you. It gives you the remainder of a division. Please keep that at the back of your mind. Then the round function is basically for picking up random number, or for getting random numbers between 0 and 1. So in case you need random numbers, basically all you have to do, it doesn't take any parameter, the round function, just do the round function, open close, and it gives you, it generates a random number for you between 0 and 1. So if you drag, it keeps generating different random numbers. Now round function will generate random numbers between 0 and 1. Always note that, okay? And anytime you press enter or the value of the cell changes or anything, it regenerates a new random number between 0 and 1. That's what I would like you to note for round function. Now round between works like round function, but in this case you are able to define your own range. Remember, like I said, the round function generates between 0 and 1. But then what if I want to generate whole numbers between two numbers? Say I want to generate random numbers between 50 and 100. So I just want a number that would be between 50 and number, any number between 50 and 100. All I have to do is use round between, okay? Then pick the bottom number, that's the lower number, which is 0, and then the ceiling number, which is the higher number, which is 100. So here is generating 88. You can try generate number for you, can you see? But it caps it at 100. So both the lower and the upper number are both included. They are inclusive. So it can always generate between 50 and 100, as I've put it here. If I wanted to generate, just say between let's do 60 and 80. Let's reduce the range. So you would see, okay, yeah, so let me drag it down. Can you see that? So it's adjusted so that your lowest number would be between 60 to 80. The lowest number would not go beyond 60 and the highest will not go beyond 80. So that's for round between. Now for large numbers, let me copy paste this. For large function, basically what you use large function to do is to get the largest number within a range of number. So let's assume this is like names of people and their exam score, say mathematics exam or something. So this is for James, say John, Joan, Felix, Nika, excuse me, Prince Will. Okay, so let's say these are their exam scores. Now because I've actually pasted the value, so the formula is no longer there, as you can see. That's why it's not changing as I'm typing. Okay, so let's say these are the exam scores. Now I want to know who actually scored the largest, or scored the highest, and I want to know who scored the second highest, and I want to know who scored the third highest. So let's put it this way, like top, okay, let's say score. So we want to know, let's know the highest score, who scored the second line. So top, the first person, the second position, and the third. So from that, all I have to do in this case is I use the large function, okay? Then I pick this as my array. An array is like a group of identical elements, if you would like me to put it that way. Especially for those that did programming, you would understand that better. Then I want to pick, say, 1. That means I want the largest number, the first largest number in the, in the range. Then it tells me 77. So let's check. If you check through this range, you will notice 77 is truly the largest, right? So if I want to pick the second, what do I have to do? Let's use the same function, large. I pick the same array, and this time I pick second. So 76 called the low is the second highest. Can you say 76? And of course, I can do the same thing for the third, and say this large, comma 3. Okay, so you can do like that just to get the number. If you have imagine you have a very long list of numbers, then you want to know which number is the highest, second highest, third highest, and so on and so forth. So this would actually help you to get that easily without having to start filtering through the number. Now you can already imagine what this small formula would do for us. If this is for the top, of course, the small formula is for if you want to look for the lowest numbers in a group of number. So basically, to look for the lowest number, I want to know the people that the scores, the lowest scores. Okay. Basically, all I have to do is say first from bottom, second from bottom, third from bottom, basically. And to get that, how do I get the lowest scores for first from bottom? All I have to do is to say small. I pick the array, okay, and then I put 1. It tells me 61 is the lowest. So if I drag down, basically change this to 2 and change this to 3. Okay, so it tells me, and if you check through the list, you notice 61 is truly the lowest, followed by 62, then by 63. So I hope you actually understand how that works also. Now, but in case we want to do it more, we just don't want to, want to know how do I put it, the rank of everybody. Now we've been able to pick the top 3. We'll be able to pick the bottom 3. But what of people that are not in the top 3 and the bottom 3? What if we want to know their scores also? How can we do something like that? That's when the rank function comes in. So what the rank function does is it looks like a range of number and tells you the position of a particular number in that range. So if I come here, let's do the rank function. Excuse me. Okay. So if I do the rank function, I say is equals to rank. Now, no, don't use rank average. Let's use the rank EQ. It's actually the rank EQ. Okay. So basically, I want to know the position of this number in this range. Basically, I want to know the position of this number in this range. Once I press it, it tells me this number is actually the third largest number in this range. Can we confirm that? So this is 1. 77 is first, remember, 76 is second, and 74 is third. So you can actually understand, you can see how that works. So if I drag it down, actually let me change this to absolute so this doesn't get dragged down. Okay, so if I drag this down, from here now you can actually see who took first. If you notice, it actually tallies with everything other thing we've done. And the 10th position, which is Mohammed, score 61, which is actually as we've already gotten it. So that's what the rank does for you. If you have like a result sheet of students, you have their percentage, a percentage table or something, you can use the rank function to determine who came first, second, without having to compare individually. Excel does the comparison for you within the list and tells you which number ranks in which position. So that's good for, that's the best. Now, another alternative you can use for instead of using the bottom instead of using the small or the large functions, now you can basically just use your minimum or maximum function. So if I say minimum, okay, and I pick this range, It tells me straight up the minimum. Now you can see why the minimum is very easy for you. If you want to calculate the minimum, it takes only one parameter. Okay, you just pick the range and it tells you you just pick the range and it tells you the minimum. The small function is actually more flexible in that you supply multiple parameters, with 2 parameters actually, and you can still pick, okay, which is actually the smallest, then followed by which, followed by which. So this would easily just tell you your minimum. And then to do the maximum, you can guess which function. Of course, you guessed right. It's just to say max, and then you pick your range, you press enter, it gives you the max. Hope you understand how these different functions work. So that will be the end of our discussion for today. If you have any question or any Excel related challenge or any Excel related issue you would like us to look into, please drop your comment on either the YouTube channel or you drop it on our Twitter page, and we will be glad to actually assist in any way we can. Thank you very much. Make sure you practice all these functions as it is, just like it is in any other vocation. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice this function, it becomes like muscle memory to you. So anytime you need it, you do not need to crack your brain or start reading through notes before you pick it up. Thank you for joining us.